Welcome to SeniorGolfSource.com. My name is Brett Francisco, certified PGA instructor. Before we get into today's content, please like and subscribe, and please comment below if you have a topic that you want us to cover. Today's video is going to be on adaptive golf. So for those of you golfers that might have limitations in mobility, you could be in a wheelchair, you could have maybe an amputation. These drills and a couple understandings will help you better your abilities on the golf course. So for the first scenario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be seated in the chair, and we're going to talk about how body position, the way that you position your body while in a seated position, how it affects your ability to control ball flight. So if I were to take my seat and directly be here, I do have a junior club, so this is a much shorter club. So if you are currently in this predicament where you're using full-length clubs, I'm going to highly encourage you to use maybe a junior club. The swing weights are going to be better. In some cases, you're going to be swinging with one arm, because a seated position swinging both arms, it's going to be restrictive in your range of motion, opposed to swinging one arm. You've got a lot more range of motion. You've just got to figure out which one you're going to use. So I have this handy little grabber here that's going to help me move my golf balls back and forth, that I found very beneficial, and I'm going to put it in position. So let's talk about this seated position where I am straight on to the target. Well, straight on to the target, if I were to take my backswing, my hand is naturally going to be obstructed by my trail knee. So taking the club away, I would have to take it away upward to swing down. Now, in just general terms of golf swing, we don't want to get too upright on things here. Unless we're in a bunker or we're trying to do something very specific around the green, that big upright takeaway is not going to help me launch the ball up in the air. So we're going to talk about how we can position our body slightly tilted either to the right or slightly tilted to the left, and we'll understand how that's going to affect my control in ball flight. So what I found personally is putting my body, so if I were to angle my chair to the right, my body to the right, it does free up room. So now I've got the ability to take a backswing without it being obstructed, and I should be able to follow through. However, in this position, there's a really good chance I'm not going to be able to use my trail arm. If I were to use my trail arm, I am contorting my upper body in a manner that's going to eventually hurt something. So we don't want to create any pain to just trying to hit a golf ball. So typically, if you were to shift your body away from the target line, you're going to have to use your lead arm. Now, as far as control goes, I can take that swing and hit a pretty decent shot, but there's a really good chance that it's going to go to the right, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'll get a golf ball back in position. I'm going to reposition my body here. And just like if my knees were to the right, I couldn't use my trail arm. It's kind of the same concept here. Now that I have my right arm, I'm going to really be leaning over to use my lead arm if my legs are in the front. So because of that, I'm going to use my trail arm this time. So knees forward, using my trail arm to help extend the length of my swing. And let's watch what happens here. Now with that, I've got a lot more follow through, and most certainly the golf ball control is more to the left. So not to say that it's going to be a perfect science here, that if you're seated in one direction more so than the other, that you're going to control that ball flight always. But there's going to be a very, very likely chance that if you position your body with the knees in the trail position away from target, using that lead arm, you're most likely going to hit shots that are going to curve away and fade. out to the right. And then if I were to go into opposite positioning, I'm now going to be using my trail arm. My body is positioned towards the target. I can really accentuate that follow through and I can get that club face closed. Therefore, I can resolve any issues of maybe slicing the ball to potentially straightening up that flight. Or if you prefer it, you can start turning the ball to the left. So I hope you found this very informative, and I'd love to hear your comments on this. I'd love to maybe talk to a couple of you to pick your brains on a few things. So interacting with the clients is something that I love to do. It helps me grow developmentally in the game of golf, and it's something that I am a firm believer in. So thank you for what you do, and thanks for visiting us today.